dear Pixie, you asked us. Apparently, some witches are getting together to create binding spells towards the President of the United States of America, Mr. Donald Trump, on each crescent moon this year. Is this likely to cause actual harm to Donald Trump or to anyone else? Should the Lightworkers and Starseeds counteract this binding spell by sending love and light to the President of the United States of America? This event you speak of has been seeded via those with sympathies towards the service-to-self structure. This has not come from the service-to-self structure per se, but it serves their agenda. This that you speak of is very small, if you will. There is no power here, and we do not see this gathering momentum. These binding spells you speak of are usually the creation of constriction towards another, which is the opposing energy to expansion. Yet they can also be done to hide an individual from psychic view as a means of supposed protection. If it is done for the second reason with the individual's permission, then binding from that perspective can be seen as a potentially positive act. If this binding spell is done without the permission of the individual, then this ultimately sits upon the fringes of what you would term black magic. It is far more accurate to call this grey magic in truth, for its watered down intention. As we have said, there is no power here at your current time, and the most probable timeline currently is that the power this potentially could create does not in actual fact gather momentum. The intention is the key aspect here. Intention must be focused. The intentions within the structure of which you speak have no focus. They are therefore not directed. The physical tools used have no power without the intention of the individual, hence why we would refer to this as grey magic. Black magic is focused intent from a service-to-self structure. White magic is focused intent from a service-to-others structure. Grey magic is watered down, unfocused and unanchored intention. There is a little substance here due to the ritualization involved, but the resulting action would be akin to perhaps throwing a glass of water at someone. Due to the lack of focused intent, one would not be able to predict where that glass of water would be thrown or towards whom. The original intent here, from the original seed, from those with sympathies towards the service-to-self structure, has been watered down to such a degree that the original intent from that perspective has changed form. You asked us if this would cause harm to a specific person, and the answer to that is no. Not from this particular binding spell you speak of. Neither will the result be that of binding. There is no result here towards any particular person due to the unfocused intention used. Depending on the energetic makeup and awareness of the individual participating, there may be what we could call a boomerang effect coming back to the person. The manifestation of this boomerang effect would depend on the level of emotion held within the individual participating. Directing negative energy at a specific individual, even without sharp focused intention, there will always be an emotion at play here, will hold a certain karmic reaction, should we say. And it would be most advised for grey magic and fringe black magic participants to be aware of this. There is no neutralization of karma here. For this is the law of the universe. For every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction. You asked us, should the lightworkers and starseeds counteract this? This, in fact, has already been done, both consciously and unconsciously. Starseeds and lightworkers, aware of the current situation on your planet, hold much power, especially when focused as one. This too is ritualized and is far, far greater than the binding spell you speak of. We would in fact, be comparing a small pebble to a mountain, if you will. The lightworkers and starseeds have been sending their light in a focused sense towards wherever it may best be utilized for a great many years. The grid workers on your planet, in the background and unknown, work on a daily basis with focused crystalline light. Hence the reason all is going to plan from a service to others perspective. Therefore, there is no real need to stand as a counteracting force to this, as this is continuous. However, lending your light and focused intent of love and expansion, the opposing energy to constriction, is always a very positive action to take. Therefore, this is indeed recommended at any time you feel the calling. For ultimately, the starseeds and lightworkers are the healers of your world. They each stand as the beacon of Christ consciousness that they are. Each and every one of them embody the second coming of Jesus, if you will. And when they stand strong within a telepathic, unified energetic, they change worlds. The spell you speak of is but a raindrop within the ocean. The lightworkers and the starseeds are the ocean. Our conduit, jumping to attention immediately when she feels the global consciousness of humanity may be affected, as we have taught her, so too as all the higher dimensional structures of guidance, those we may call galactic guardians, if you will, have taught each and every starseed and each and every lightworker. Our conduit created, with our assistance, an incantation she has named most aptly neutralization. If any worker of light, holding an open heart, feels the calling to neutralize any darker energy that would bring harm of any kind to another being, or would move beyond the free will prime directive and step outside the permissions and etiquettes that make up the laws within your universe, then we provide through our conduit the incantation or spell that she calls neutralization. Before our conduit speaks these powerful words, we would say to you, starseeds of earth, lightworkers of the Most High, be aware of that energetic that may be perceived as a battleground. One does not need to raise an army against a humble fly. It is not needed in this scenario. When dealing with the entire service to self structure, one remains within the knowings of this at all times. For it is not a battleground the light shall step into, no matter how they are deliberately enticed. We would draw your attentions to the teaching within the Caucasian chalk circle and that of King Solomon's court. The starseeds and the lightworkers are the loving parents who let go of their beloved child, surrendering to what is and what shall be through compassion. Always compassion. In this teaching, the survival of the child is placed before the desires of the parent, even if that means not seeing that child again. And yet the child is delivered to the parent who holds unconditional love and surrender. If you do not pull, and you do not tug, and you do not fight, but you let go, surrender, and breathe with love and purity, then no force, no group, and no structure can ever stand against you, for it would be like for them standing next to the sun. And nothing can stand against you when you individualize and unify, for you are at one with all things, and you do not attract the battleground into your reality. Everything is a reflection of all that you are. We present to you now the incantation. Should you wish to use this to radiate the compassion, purity, and unconditional love towards all and everything. At the end of this incantation, you would say, "I am," followed by your name. Or indeed, "We are," followed by the name of your higher guidance, construct, or group soul. Neutralization. I ask for an alchemical merge with the higher divinity, bringing all in this physical dimension into unity with Source, Christ consciousness energy, angels, and ascended masters of light. I ask you now to stand in unity with us, as you always have and always shall. Together, may we send love and light of the highest order to all who need it. I stand within my own sovereignty, empowered by my love for you and the love you hold for me and our unity this day. May we send and receive the energy of abundance for all. We neutralize the binding of others and give light to those who stand for liberty. May we unite together across our planet in love, clarity, knowing, and joy. May we send the energy of freedom to all and everything through the frequency that we know as service to others. May we send love to all individuals across our planet and beyond, regardless of color, creed, race, or polarization. May we stand within the power of forgiveness. May we love all and stand strong in the confidence and knowing that our love shines bright. May we speak truth and hold in our hearts those who stand before us and speak truth. So as we live within truth, we shall see truth and know truth. Let us send healing throughout our world and hold strong our alignment to Christ consciousness. I thank the angels, ascended masters, and elementals of divine love for the beauty and powerful light you create, as we in physical form create that same light with open hearts. May we send at this time the violet flame to all who may need it this day, and know that the light shines bright. Forgiveness, compassion, and unconditional love will go where it may. In gratitude, we know our intentions are manifest. We are the white-winged collective consciousness of 9. What is the Matrix? Who are the Masters? I, Magenta Pixie, am so very pleased to present my first book, channeled from my guidance system that I refer to as the White-Winged Collective Consciousness of 9. Discover the true story of our origins as an energy system, how we lost the original template for our destiny, and how we are now in the process of remembering those lost codes. Learn how humanity may reclaim the sovereignty which is rightfully ours, bringing us back into wholeness, integration, and full understanding of who we are, why we are here, and what we are here to do. Spirituality, metaphysics, and science merge, as the sacred geometry, known as the language of light, is downloaded and decoded. The realization and activation of these ancient codes for a new dawn of man is an alchemical process available to us all. Now is the time that collectively we move forward into a fully conscious ascension and embrace the new archetype of Master of the Matrix.